Hello and welcome back to the GenerationHollow YouTube channel. In fact, it still exists and crazy, I'm uploading to it. Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate it. I'm sure plenty of you are all the time viewers. You might have seen the Tea and Answers or Tea and Questions title, whatever it is, and I've been interested because Tea and Questions is a really old series that I started doing at the very beginning of my YouTube channel, all the way back in whatever it was, 2012 era stuff. You know, six years ago. We're coming up to 7 years ago now with that. That's insane to me. But anyway, it's a really simple concept for those of you guys who don't know it. Normally, I would be following on from the previous episode or asking questions on Twitter or wherever and basically answering your relevant questions from the community at the time about whatever topic's relevant, whatever's going on, whatever I'm passionate about, whatever we're all interested in at the time. And it was always really fun and very chill. And so I thought, what better way to come back to the YouTube channel and begin this next stage than what I started doing at the beginning with, you know, and just talking to you guys. So I have sort of prepared a few main questions, main answers really for you that I keep getting over the long little while that I've not been uploading on YouTube. I even got an Instagram DM asking me how I'm doing and stuff. And I want to touch base with you guys. And I think this is the right way to come back to the YouTube channel and do something like this. And plus, the ideal way to create content is to have a cup of tea with you and just, it's part of the show apparently. So let's get the elephant out of the room. Where the hell am I, dude? I'm in like a new space. This is my new office in my new home. I've been living here for a little bit over 3 months now, and I live with Tony. I live with a really good friend, Tony, or Doomed Hunter, you might know him in the community. And it's just been amazing. It's been really good. Before that, I was living in a small house with my brother and a roommate, and I was operating and living out of a small bedroom. So I had my bed, I had all my clothes, I had all my belongings, and then I had an office space of like desk and computer setup and all of the stuff you see now crammed into a corner as well. And it was like a huge step back mentally for me. And in terms of content creation, it was a really bad environment because, you know, I was facing a street and there was a family next door and, you know, it wasn't soundproofed. And man, it wasn't great. It wasn't great. And it made for a really difficult situation for me as a content creator. But as much as I appreciated the opportunity to live there, you know, ultimately, I'll say it, 2 years ago, me and Linny broke up. You know, it ended, and as much as that sucked at the time and is a shame, it just didn't work out. And we're both adults, you know, and we have new lives or the lives that we've sort of built up from ending like a serious relationship. So there's a lot of fallout from that. For me, I needed a new space. I needed to live in a new environment. And so thankfully my brother needed a roommate at the time and I moved in with them. But it wasn't an ideal situation and it made content creation, like I say, really difficult. And that's just that's the honest truth about it. But man, here I am in a place that like feels like actual home instead of just like a crammed in thing that was convenient. And I have an office again and I feel like I'm able to create and express and do things and work at it again. And I just wanted to tell you and explain, I guess, why all that happened and where I've been living over the last like year and a half. So I'm living with Tony and I've got this space, I've got this office. Hell yeah. This little thing here behind me is a fence around a door. What's the deal with that? Well, through that door is a Smudge. That's right. Smudge has a garage space now. Loads of room to play and run around. It's the most space he's ever had. There's obviously like windows and light and all that, but it is nighttime, so it's dark right now. But I often open that door up, extend the fence out, and Smudge comes running out. And I actually, before I was recording this video, he was just hanging out, and so I recorded it just to show you. So there he is. He's doing really good. Maybe I'll show some pictures as well or whatever, but Smudge is just great, you know. He had a period where he was overweight and we sorted that out. He isn't outside necessarily, but he's like half in, half out, so he gets like fresh air from like being in a garage space, but isn't outside, so foxes and cats can't like try to get at him, so he's a lot safer, comfortabler, happier, and I get to have him in my office space where I can hang out, and he's been in the background of streams and I get to turn around and pet him, and It's unbelievable. It's the best situation I've had for Smudge ever, and I'm so happy for him, and he's doing really well. So that's the situation with Smudge. Smudge is doing fantastic, and I love him to absolute bits. So in regards to my living situation, I was wondering if you guys wanted to see a house tour. I mentioned it on a couple of streams when I originally moved, like I wanted to get settled and stuff. It's been a couple of months now. I am super settled, and if you're interested, do let me know. Would you like to see like the house? Because it's awesome. We have like a big kitchen, and the space is really good. We have a living room, and I don't know. It's for the first time since moving out for my parents that I feel like I'm at home, and it's a really nice feeling, and I just kind of want to show you. So if you're interested, let me know. So let's tackle another big topic. It has been a year since I've done a consistent series. I've done like big series like the Ultimate Bloodborne playthrough that I did with the massive editing, and that was just really satisfying. It was like my first thing of that nature since the Dark Souls 3 blind playthrough. That was awesome. And I did like a whole thing of Subnautica, and that was amazing. It was so fun. And Hollow Knight, what an amazing game. We even played Owlboy, which just like, fuck it, just like hit me in all of my childhood feels. We've had some big playthroughs on the channel. We've even covered Siege in a big way, but I haven't had like a consistent series, you know, a thing covering something to like an insane degree, like where I had CSGO for a long time, where I had Dota 2 for a long time, where I had League of Legends for a really long time, where I had obviously Paragon for a really long time, and Minecraft at one point as well, back in the Mapstrav days. Guys, Mapstrav's ended, by the way, heads up. Yeah, so as it stands, I haven't done anything massive coverage except for a couple of like long form playthroughs basically, and there's a lot of reasons. Look, what made me, basically I just got a text, what made me move from YouTube to Twitch primarily. There's a bunch of reasons. Now the obvious one is going to be the issues with platform and YouTube as a gaming YouTuber who doesn't bring in millions of views. Ultimately, ad revenue's terrible. Ultimately, the systems and the algorithms are terrible on YouTube. It is very hard as a content creator to be discovered. A lot of my subscriber base don't have my new videos even come in their sub boxes, and it all comes down to an algorithm. Ultimately, the best way to survive and function on YouTube is to upload the same days, the same time, every day. And I did that for, what was it, would you say? I think I uploaded every day for 2 years minimum. I even did 2 videos a day for a long period too. I would argue 3 years I was doing that for. And I just moved away from that. You know, I love editing. I love creating the videos. I love having a community and like touching base with it and sharing like stuff that I'm passionate and interested about. And that whole style of editing that I've cultivated over the years of doing it. I just love it and I miss it so much. But on Twitch, I get to just hang out and have a really good time, and it's really just there, man. I get like a live reaction, a live interaction. I get conversations back and forth. We get to share like in moments that happen live, and it's amazing. It's really fun, and I'm respected and treated as a human there, ultimately by Twitch. If there's an issue, if I have a problem, I can go talk to a representative. You know, I have their emails. I can talk to someone, and I've got opportunities, and it's like a business and a back and forth. Whereas with YouTube, I have to talk to a robot that gives me an automated response, and I rely on an algorithm that I don't actually know everything about because they don't tell you. It's through the sort of combined effort of all the YouTubers that work out. By the way, guys, if you upload a reference to your Twitch stream, like a video, they're gonna blacklist you. By the way, guys, if you talk about the wrong thing, they're gonna blacklist you. By the way, if you cover this game, they're gonna blacklist you. And it's all these crazy things that are so scary and hard to deal with, that make it harder ultimately. And I don't want to complain. In fact, I refuse to at this point. I love making YouTube videos. I love having a community and doing what I do. And whether there's some weird algorithm in place that makes it like more viable to do it a certain way, I don't really care about. I just want to come back, and I want to make more videos again and be consistent again. And I'm just excited about it.
There's a lull in the action. I will hop down.
I reckon that cart might
Okay, so protect the payload.
I'm ready.
Gotta
played
runner.
Behind us. Oh, the 180 triple shot.
Mate,
Poggers.
fucking montage.
Poggers. It's time for the dunk. It's time for the dunk. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Time for the dunk. Come on. Oh, what? I bounced off him. Exactly. Jewel 2, I guess.
Oh, you got a really good one.
Oh, yeah. Weakness exploit. That's good for,
Like every other weapon.
yeah, basically, I guess.
It's still decent for Charge Blade. Basically, with that jewel, your eye patch can do the entirety of weakness exploit because you just stick that in the slot. You're fucking kidding me!
Ow. Come on. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Come on, keep up the damage. Yes. Keep up the damage. Fuck. Fuck! No! Oh! Proposal. Don't make excuses. Put your back into it, you shit. Bridge. Bring this up. Ah, this is cool. Look at this.
Top bants, guys. Top bants. He's fucking Inception streaming me.
Ultimately, finding a balance between Twitch and YouTube is extremely difficult. I want to stream more. I want to put in longer hour streams. I want to think about my streaming career, or whatever you want to call it, more in terms of like the events that happen and weekly things to do to spice things up and put life into it, rather than just, hey, I'm just playing a game, you know? I want it to be entertaining. And to fully commit and be like 100% about Twitch means I get to do all these things, to do networking and all behind the scenes stuff. There's a lot more to being a streamer than actually pressing live. It's crazy. Whereas with YouTube, it's hours and hours and hours of editing, script writing, planning, and it's satisfying as hell to put something out, but you have to do it, like we say, every day. And there just isn't time in the day to do it. So balancing it out was really difficult, spinning the plates, and I feel strongly that I was trying so hard to do too many things that I just let them fall, and then I just was like, I'm keeping Twitch up at least. So I'm just picking up the plate again with YouTube, it feels like. But if you're wondering, you know, like I say, I've got these messages on all different platforms and Twitter, Instagram, whatever, asking me how it's going, and, you know, used to watch me on YouTube or listen to streams or whatever. I'm live 5 days a week. It's Wednesday through Sunday rather. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm live, and it's roughly like 4 hours to stream. It all starts at 6 p.m. GMT, and you can go to my Twitch channel and just scroll down. There's like a little thing that tells you when I'm live in your time zone. So it'll be like, hey, he's going to be live in 6 hours and 40 minutes and 52, 51, 50 seconds. It's exact. So that's the best way to check. And if you're wondering, if you're interested, if you want to just have a conversation, hang out, see what I'm up to, then just jump in a stream and say hi, and I'd love that. So what is my future plans for YouTube, since I'm referencing the fact that I want to be at it again? Obviously, as mentioned, I'm going to be uploading on the same days, at the same times, just covering what I'm passionate about. So currently, I'm absolutely in love with Monster Hunter. I've been playing it since it came out on PC, pretty much every day, And I even got the Switch out and got the Generations Ultimate. So the Monster Hunter World that came to PC, which is like the new form, new age Monster Hunter. And then Generations Ultimate is all of the old games put into like one and kind of polished and brought up to like Switch standard quality. So it looks like an older game, like a PlayStation 3 game, absolutely. But there's, oh my god, so many monsters, so much armor, and they just absolutely go mad with it. Hunter art, stances, it's insane. And it's really fun. So I'm playing that, loving that, enjoying that. I'm playing World and getting involved with the community and being involved with Monster Hunter, and it's really satisfying. It's just been a game that I've always wanted to play and always wanted to see what it was like. Obviously, I've talked to Rage about it for years and years. He's been playing them since he was a kid, and every time I've had a go on his DS or whatever, I've just been like, it looks like ass, man. I'm sorry. It's a cool concept, and I bet it's a fun game. I know it is, but it's just too like Eastern style and looks like a PlayStation 1 game, you know? And I just couldn't, it was just too much of a barrier. And then World comes out and it does exactly that. It lets everyone, the Western audience and people who've been interested in it, but it's been too clunky or dated or whatever visually, mechanically, it lets them get involved, and it's been a huge thing for that community and really breathed like a whole new generation of hunters into Monster Hunter. And for me, who has fallen in love with it and is a new generation of these hunters or whatever you want to call it, having a game on the Switch, which is convenient as hell, show me everything that I missed in the older games, but also polish it and bring it up to a good level. And I have an understanding of how Monster Hunter works now. I can step back and learn like the slightly older systems and mechanics, like I have to flex to heal and all that. It's just really fun. So I'm absolutely in love with Monster Hunter, obviously. And I've been playing Siege and uploaded Siege here and covered Siege, streamed Siege for like 3 months every day. And I'm playing it again, and I've been streaming it again recently. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be covering Monster Hunter and Siege for the current time. And also Black Ops is just coming out, or is out, with the new Battle Royale. You guys know that I've loved Battle Royale. I covered PUBG for a long period. I did Fortnite stuff for a little period. I've actually played H1Z1 and streamed H1Z1 and all that, and I realized the other day, if you can look on my channel, we did a Battle Royale in like 2013. Daisy Battle Royale mod was the original Battle Royale in video gaming, and then they went to Arma 2 and I played that, went to Arma 3 and I played that, H1Z1 I played that, and I've actually realized that I've played the major Battle Royales since their inception. It's crazy. So I love them. And I haven't played any in a while. And I gotta say, I never thought I'd play a Call of Duty game again since I was 15. But here I am, and it's a AAA polished PUBG with perks and speed and fluidity. And again, just that, it's not an indie game, it's not clunky, and it looks really good. So I'm gonna give that a try, maybe do some first impressions. And if I do fall in love with it, then I'll cover that too, you know? We'll have a nice bit of variety going on in this regard. And dude, obviously, Broken Blade podcast I talked about it, Sekiro, the new From Software game, apparently Neo 2, all those types of games for playthroughs and coverage, I'm definitely going to be involved with when they come out. There's a lot going on right now that I'm like, dude, I don't have enough time to play all of this and do all of this, but I'm going to try. I'm really excited about it. Now, it is just past October. We're just into October, early days of October here, or nearly middle of October, actually. EGX happened last month, and that's something I've done every year. So I go to Birmingham or wherever EGX is being held that year, but it's been Birmingham the last 3 years. And it provides me an opportunity to play games before they come out. I spend a lot of time with my big group of friends who all come from different places all over England and actually Europe. And there's people that come from actually Canada and America a couple of times. So from very far away to hang out. So it's a really fun experience to spend time with friends. And this year, sadly, interestingly, I only spent about 3 hours in EGX for the total of the whole weekend that I was there, because the games that were on offer, on display to wait hours in line for, were games that are coming out in a matter of months. The single player games that you don't want to spoil for yourself, like Metro, the new Metro game, or Lara Croft game. There was Destiny 2 again, which is already out and was already out last year when they had it. So if you want to wait in line for 2 plus maybe 3 hours to play a game that's already out with a sticky controller on a console on 10 FPS, be my guest. But it wasn't for me. Overall, man, like they took a huge chunk of the convention and made it like PC section, which is cool, but they just sort of showed parts for building your computer and, you know, NVIDIA section and stuff, which is neat, but not very interesting as a convention goer. And yeah, what can I say? It was the worst EGX I've ever been to in terms of going there for specifically EGX. However, there was loads of content creators there and, you know, viewers for people to meet, and that I didn't get to meet any, by the way, because I was there for 3 hours and I was just like, this sucks. I just want to spend time with my friends. I've spent a lot of money to be here, so I want to have a good time. I don't want to be at EGX. And that sucked, man. But it was a really fantastic weekend. You know, I had an amazing time. There's loads of pictures and loads of videos, and it was phenomenal. And I already really miss it. I already got like the con depression after from missing my friends. But EGX has just become this thing that I just don't care for anymore. Ultimately, they've put so much less effort into it over the years. You know, my first time going, Dark Souls 2 was coming out in about 6 months, and I got to play it at EGX, and they built a special level where they took different chunks of the game to make a level like a jigsaw level that wasn't actually in Dark Souls 2, and it ended with the Mirror Knight corridor, and you fought the Mirror Knight in an undergeared character, and they made the Mirror Knight do a lot more damage, so it's a challenge, and if you won, you got a t-shirt, and I still have that t-shirt, and I cherish it, and it was an amazing way to experience a game that I'm excited about, coming out soon, like in 6 months or a little bit while away, and get to talk about it on streams and YouTube videos, and it's like relevant, useful. And these days it's like the video game's coming out in a matter of 3 weeks and you're in a really limited environment. I remember playing Horizon Zero Dawn about 2 years ago. Before that came out, about a month before, they put you in this little circle, put like 4 different enemies in it, and you couldn't leave the circle, and that was it. It was you waited 2 hours to do something that was really boring. Like, even if you were really interested in the game, really invested in the game, it was still not worth it. So I have no idea what they're doing. It's such a shame, but nonetheless, I still had a fantastic time. It was just EGX was the excuse to see my friends. Finally, I want to reference the Discord server. It's something that I've been running for over it's almost 2 years now this Discord server's existed. That's mad. But there's over 1,000 members. You can see the link in the description, and there's a community of active people hanging out, talking, and just, it's really nice. It's nice to have like a way to just directly interact with the community and talk to them about whatever I'm doing. I obviously post like, hey, I'm doing this, so I'm working on this video. I ask questions, feedback, and there's loads of viewer art that's there, and a space for people to play games together. It's just something that I'm really glad that I have, and I just want you guys to know that if you don't know it exists, and it'd be cool as well if you wanted to come say hi there. Alright, I got through it, guys. I put off this video so many times, like, oh, I don't know, I got spots right now, and it's nighttime, natural light's better, and I kind of want to like hoover my carpet, and all this dumb stuff. But I'm so glad that I made myself do it, and doing it all off script as well was kind of scary, but I knew that I just wanted to be super honest with you, and I might have repeated myself a couple times. We'll see in the editing, but I hope it came out okay, and it's nice to make a video again. It's just nice. Anyway, if you have any more specific questions, I know that I picked like big vague topics or whatever. If you have any specific questions that you just wanted to ask them in the comments, and I'll reply to every single one of them, every question in the comments. So I look forward to talking to you guys, and I look forward to uploading on the YouTube channel again on a consistent basis. So I will see you very soon. Thank you again.